Hey everybody, Ryan from Ryan Hockey Channel here. If you're like me, you just watched that Seattle Kraken draft, and it was extremely underwhelming, and the commentary was just terrible. Terrible. Anyways, alright. If you had not done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop a new video, and let's get started with the Seattle Kraken team. Alright, on the left side of the screen, you will see the team they picked versus the team I picked. And I'm going to start us off by saying it was a great atmosphere. It was nice seeing all the fans and that, but that commentary team of Dominic Moore and Chris Fowler was awful. Just awful. Chris Fowler couldn't deliver a joke if it slapped them in the face. It was terrible. And it was very awkward. Like the Marshawn Lynch one. I mean, if you ever seen him do an interview in football, it makes sense. It really does. But all right, so this is the team they picked. Their offense sucks. You're gonna have someone like Yanni Gourde playing first line. Now he's a good player. He's not first liner. You're probably going to see him, Yarn Croc, and dear God, I hope it's not Jared McCann. Because, oh no, I'm sorry, Jordan Eberle's probably going to be on first line, probably with Donskoy and Appleton. Yeah, their offense they picked is a whole bunch of third, fourth liners. And their defense, they picked a lot of young defenders. I'll give them that. And their goaltending is probably where I picked the best, but they could definitely pick better. So, let's see. These is who I picked as the forwards. Ryan Johansson, they did not pick. Vladimir Tarasenko, they did not pick. James Van Riemsdyk, no. Max Gourde, no. Yanni Gourde, they picked. That one was accurate. Josh Bailey, they didn't pick. Chris Tierney, they did not pick. JT Compher, Cody Eakin, and Vladislav Nemeshnikov. That was not that big a deal. Or Eakin, but still they didn't pick any of those. Tyler Pitlick, they did. Brendan Lemieux, they did not. Zach McCune, they did not. Nathan Bastian, they did. Tanner Caro, they did not. Colin Blackwell, they did. Zach Aston Reese and Nick Ritchie, they did not. On the defensive side, they did pick Mark Giordano and Hayden Fleury, and the rest of the guys you can see on the screen there, they did not pick. Goaltenders, they did not pick Kakinen or Carey Price. They picked Chris Driedger. Yes, Driedger. 1 year experience is probably going to be either 1A or 1B. Because the other one they picked Joey Dackard as probably their third string goaltender. They also picked Vitek Vanacek. Had a very good season. Not a terrible pick as long as he can keep playing that way. I mean, he's going to have a decent defense in front of him, but no offense. So, God, I hope they have something else in store on the offensive side in free agency, because real lackluster goal scoring I see here. Alright, so, as you can see, our team on the left, they did pick Mason Appleton. That one makes sense. I can understand that one. That's a good pick. Nathan Bastian, decent, good, strong fourth liner, I think. Maybe third, maybe. Gavin Bayreuther, sorry. I don't understand that pick. I don't. A 27-year-old defender who's played less than 50 games in the NHL. That was their Columbus pick. You could have got Max Domi, who, yes, will have been out for the first half of the season, but still better than Bayreuther. God. Colin Blackwell, I can see that one. Like I said, that was one that I did choose too. That's a decent, solid pick from the Rangers. Will Borgen, I'd say he was probably the second pick for me on Buffalo. I only picked Cody Eakin because it would have been fun to see a former Vegas Golden Knight expansion draft pick being drafted again. Would have been fun. Dennis Cholowski, I can see that one. That one's decent. He's got some potential. He's only 23, as you can see. Joey Dackard, I can see that one too. I went with Tierney just because, it's like they said in the broadcast, centers is where most teams, new franchises, suffer. And this team is going to suffer because they have Morgan Geeky, Luke Henman. Oh, no, they signed him. They didn't draft him, sorry. Tyler Pitlick, John Quinville, Alexander True, and Colin Blackwell, and Mason Appleton. So at this point, experience-wise, Mason Appleton's their first-line center. Alright, well, I can see Morgan Geeky. That was not a bad one. From Colorado, they picked Jonas Donskoy. Florida, Chris Drieger, which I assume they signed him to a contract because he came out wearing the jersey. From St. Louis, they picked Vince Dunn. Not a terrible pick. I mean, he's definitely a good young defender, but you could have got Tarasenko. Even injured. Coming off an injury, I still would have picked him. Jorah Eberle is the most experienced forward they picked, and probably about the only one that has the potential to possibly break the 30-goal threshold, I'd say, at this point. So, don't expect a high-scoring Seattle team. They did pick the brothers Cale and Hayden Fleury. Cale coming from Montreal, because yes, a 22-year-old defender on a team filled with defenders is a better option than Carey Price injured. God, just why? Hayden Fleury, that one hurts for me because I was hoping he'd be on the Ducks next year, but nope, he's gone. I can understand he was the best one available on the Ducks. Morgan Geeky from the Carolina Hurricanes. Fleury and Geeky are guys that Ron Francis drafted when he was GM of Carolina, so it makes sense he picked them. Yanni Gourde and Mark Giordano. Giordano from Calgary, Gourde from Tampa. Easy picks there. I mean, Calgary had nothing else worth picking, and Tampa had a few good ones, and they were going to lose someone good, and Yanni Gourde's a pretty good one to pick. Luke Henman, they signed as a free agent. That one, ignore that one. Kyle Yarncroc. They took him over Matt Duchene and Ryan Johansson. A 29-year-old who had his best season of his career last season. Moving on, because that is just wow. Adam Larson was picked as well. So was Jeremy Lauzon. Cole Lind was picked from Vancouver. Which, by the way, if you didn't watch the broadcast, they're really pushing for Vancouver and Seattle to be rivals. Geographically, it makes sense, but I don't know if you could replace something like a Vancouver-Calgary or a Vancouver-Edmonton. Those are pretty hard and long-standing rivalries to outdo. And from LA, they picked Curtis McDermott instead of Brendan Lemieux. Still would have been a better one than Curtis McDermott on a team that already has 6 NHL caliber defenders. A wasted pick, in my opinion. Jared McCann was picked from Toronto. Jamie Lexiak was picked from Dallas, and they did sign him to a contract. I did not catch the details of the contract, but he is now officially a Seattle Kraken. Tyler Pitlick was picked from Arizona. John Quinville from Chicago. Who did I have from Chicago? I don't even remember. That must have been a defender. Yeah, Nikita Zadorov. Yep, that happened. Carson Soucy from Minnesota. Still don't know why you wouldn't pick Kakinen. Oh, God, you skip out on Price and Kakinen. Oh. And then from Pittsburgh, they picked Brandon Tanev. Solid third, fourth liner, I'd say. Alexander True from San Jose. You pick a guy who has like 5 NHL games in his career. Or maybe it's 13, I think they said. You pick someone with that few games versus even a Ryan Donato would have been a better pick. Come on. Then from, I thought this was Philly's pick, Carson Turinsky. Yes. Instead of, let's see who they had available. Jakub Voracek and James Van Riemsdyk on a team that does not have any NHL long-standing forwards who can produce. They pick a guy who scored his first goal 2 years ago and really hasn't done a whole lot since. Yes, he's 23. That's great. They're obviously not in the win now mode. And then, of course, from Washington, Vitek Vanacek. There were no trades announced, but I gotta believe that there had to have been something for some of these. Because, God, why would you... I just don't understand the picks. And they have a ton of defenders. I mean, good God. I mean, your first line is probably going to be Adam Larson and Mark Giordano. Easily. Second D pair, Vince Dunn maybe, and Hayden Fleury? Maybe? Or Jeremy Lauzon? Or Alexiak? Or Susie? I mean, they have too many defenders. I mean, yeah, they'll probably end up trading a few of them, and that's fine. But I don't know. They just picked way too many. Maybe Morgan Geeky can surprise me, but I just don't see it offensively on this team. I do not see it. And Giordano, 100% the oldest player on this team. Followed by, is it Eberle at 31? Yeah, Eberle at 31. No other player is 30 years old on that team. A couple of 29-year-olds. Or 4 29-year-olds. But, yeah, only 2 30-year-olds. So, there's not going to be a ton of veteran experience on this team. So, take it or leave it. I mean, I think they'll be a good defensive team. And good goaltending. They just, at this point, the offense is not there. I mean, use Donskoy. I think that's a solid pick, but I don't think he could be a first-line winger. I don't think he could produce a first-line level. I mean, the only first-liner that they have is Eberle, which I'm not even sure he's a first-liner anymore. Morgan Geeky, maybe, if he produces above where he should be at this point in his career. I just don't see it offensively. I mean, what? Your other forward is going to be Jared McCann on the first line? I mean, you guys, Kelly Yarncroc, but you're going to have 2 right wingers on the first line. I mean, Yanni Gourde, he's not a first liner. He's a solid player, but he's not a first liner. So, this team, I think they picked well defensively. They picked well goaltending. I think they could have done a little bit better goaltending-wise, but still solid. Offensively, just no. I mean, God, look at... They passed on Josh Bailey, James Van Riemsdyk, Max Domi, Vladimir Tarasenko, Ryan Johansson. I know Matt Duchene was there. I mean, wow. Just wow. Yeah, so that's how it was. I mean, good luck to you, Seattle. Hope you do well. I mean, luckily for you, you are in the Pacific Division, which has 5 of the top 10 picks this year in the NHL draft. So I think you stand a chance because the rest of the team suck. So, and that includes my favorite team. So, good luck. Other than that, I mean, that's all I got for you. That was the whole draft. So, I mean, unfortunately, the TSN insiders, for the most part, destroyed the entire draft by releasing the picks early this morning. They kind of ruined the whole thing. So, I don't know if I'm Gary Bettman, I'm probably very, very ticked off with them right now and calling TSN and saying, you want a decently priced agreement next time around? Don't do that crud again, because I will make you pay if you want us to be on your channel. That's just me, but I thought it was kind of a jerk move on their part. It's like you took away the whole fun of the situation. I don't remember them doing that with Vegas. I mean, we had a whole lot of, they're probably going to pick this one, but I don't remember them doing that for Vegas. Maybe they did, but I don't remember it. So, jerk move on their part. Ruined it for a lot of people, including me. But then again, didn't ruin the forward picks, because, woof, that was terrible. So, good luck to all you Seattle Kraken fans out there. Good luck to you next season, and I hope you had fun. It was a fun day. Exciting day. It's coming to reality. The team should be playing their first games October 23rd against the soon-to-be rivals. Excuse me. Came out of nowhere. Soon-to-be rivals, Vancouver Canucks. That is their first home game, so make sure to watch that one, because let's see what kind of atmosphere it is. It's going to be pretty hard to beat that Vegas atmosphere, though, that showmanship that they show, but it's Vegas. What can you say? All right. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And other than that, let me know in the comments what you think of this team. Do they stand a chance at making a playoffs this year? Is their offense as terrible as I see it? Or is their defense as good as I'm saying they're going to be? Let me know what you think. All right, I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.